Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We're also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss the new Peacekeeper truck whiskey decanter. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, as well as our special guests, Luke Otero, Lenny Eckstein, and Ryan Thompson.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Howdy.
Hola.
Hey, so yeah, we're going to be talking about this new decanter, and, now you're starting to see a little bit decanters here and there and popping up. And this is the latest one that I saw out there. And I thought, you know what? Is this becoming a thing? Are we seeing a little bit of a resurgence of decanters? I don't think we're ever going to get back to where we were in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, where things were just crazy. Decanters were the biggest thing going. I'm not saying we're going to that. But is there an opportunity for some decanters to be on the market and it be something viable that people are interested in buying? We'll get to that after the break. For right now, Lenny said he has a great topic to talk about. What is that, Lenny?
Yeah, I don't know about great, but I've got a curiosity I want to run by you guys. As over the past few years, social media platforms have started to push harder and harder on whether it's like reels or whatever the short format video content is that finds its way into your stream. And I was wondering if you guys had anything kind of oddball, because I definitely do, that stops you in your tracks. You're like, well, I'm definitely looking at this.
Okay.
I'm curious what yours is.
Oh,
Yeah.
You'll get to that. But I know you guys must have some bourbon sink pours. What do you got?
What grabs our attention when we're scrolling through the shorts or the reels or whatever you want to say? So
I love a good comedy skit, a 30-second, 2-minute comedy skit deal. I appreciate those. So that definitely stops me. I'll listen for 10 seconds if I like the topic or you think the gal's funny, then I'll tune in. So I'm digging that.
I bet I know which one Lenny's going to say, but I'll say that I agree with you, Lenny. When they're and Royce watches these ones too, with the horses and their hooves. Is that the one that you? Is that?
No, that's valid though.
Okay, I thought that might be the one that you were like, I can't help myself.
It's along those lines, actually. It's not too far from that. But it's fascinating that, everybody throws the word algorithm around. That's like, oh, the algorithm got me. But you watch one, it does kind of suck you into all these other ones. So the horse ones are interesting. The
horse ones, okay.
I'm not even familiar with that. I got
to. What is it called when they're cleaning the horse hooves?
Oh, yeah, I have seen those.
Oh, a farrier. Yeah, Royce is like, I think I could be a farrier. He goes, I watch these videos and I'm like, I know exactly where the wound is on that hoof, and I think I could become a farrier. And they drain them.
Yeah, what you're missing there, and is I would assume that the smell is overpowering.
That's what I was going to say. Not only the smell of the manure, but the smell of the abscess that's in that hoof that's about to be just pus
I smelled that smell in Royce's distillery once when McNew popped a pustule on Bo's back one time. Yeah, he had a boil on his back, and McNew popped it, and I had to leave the distillery. So did Royce, his own distillery. He walked away from. Just leave it in the hands of others because of the smell.
Yeah. And now you're getting into my mom's favorite videos to watch, which would be lancing the pimples or the boils. So that would be hers that she can't stop watching.
Thunder pit gone wrong.
It's terrible.
My favorite shorts or reels or whatever you want to call it are when Beka Sue's drilling barrels because
you fucking make money off it. That's why.
You look at my reels and it's like 475 views, 1,100 views, 200 views, and there's a Beka one drilling barrels. It's like 11,200 views.
Oh yeah, and you know what? I don't even know they're on there. The reason I know they're on there is because they pop up from my mom, and she sends them to me, and I'm like, why the fuck am I on YouTube?
Quit doing that. Quit doing that. You're getting me in trouble.
Why am I on YouTube?
Yeah.
I'm like, mom's making money Bourbon Sasquatch. There it is. And there I am. And then I pull it up and I go, oh, there's 4 more videos of myself that I didn't know were out there. I go, that's funny.
Whenever I hang around Beka, I just put the camera on and just let it go. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like he's like a stop. He's just like videoing me, and I'm like, you your camera?
Speak up,
like,
Beka.
No, it's not on.
The funny thing is, Royce is probably part of the behind the scenes as well. He probably knows what's going on.
No.
I don't think he does.
Send in the invoices, technically.
Yeah,
right.
One time I got Royce. He was picking out cigars, and I go strolling in the walk-in humidor and be like, "Wait a second, is that Royce Neely? Is that?" And that was actually a popular one. Yeah, people liked it.
That one was popular.
Yeah, that was good.
Yep, Steve Akeley loves any reel that involves him making money off of
Yes, that's what I like. That's what I like.
Favorite reel that exists.
Right,
he goes, those stop him in his tracks every single time.
She sends me a screenshot of her. She's like, "Why are you doing this again?" Well, then, clearly the answer is right there because it shows the number of downloads for each of my videos, and clearly the mash fermenting, which got like 400 views, versus her 16,500 or whatever it was. Yeah, I think it answered itself, the question.
And then I look at the comments, and it's like, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God damn it, Steve.
That's great.
Oh yeah, I always look at the profiles of those guys. Now they seem like real winners too, Beka.
Oh so, yeah, they're always.
You've got backups for Royce there galore. Yeah, those are some really great guys. I'm sure.
Yeah, yes. I could only be so lucky.
Yeah,
but at least they call me beautiful, I guess.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Luke, do you ever watch any? I don't know how much you're on social media. Do you ever watch any of the reels or the shorts or whatever you want to call them, depending on what platform?
Mine are the ones I do watch are typically sports bloopers and follies, and when somebody messes up, that'll catch my eye, and those are most of them are professionals and they're getting paid an obscene amount of money, and they're making it stupid mistakes. So that's
that gets you. That gets you. All right, Lenny, you asked the question. You said there's going to be a big reveal at the end. What do you got, man?
Yeah. So it's not. I've never searched for this per se, but like I said, I think you follow one thing and it just kind of leads you down a path. The thing I've been stuck on, and it absolutely stopped my tracks, and there might be a name for this profession, like in the same manner that somebody who harvests the agave plants with those crazy sticks. The guy, but not that though. That's just a irrelevant story. No, the guys who cut up tuna in, I presume, Japan, like the big bluefin tuna with these weird shaped knives. Cut the fins off. And they basically are butchering them. They're breaking them down. That's fucking fascinating, man. They'll skin them perfectly and cut the weird chunks off and toss them to the side. And they have this big chunk of tuna. They just roll forward. And you're like, wow, that probably sells for a bonkers amount of money at whatever fish auction. But those guys are skilled. It's cool. Yeah, it's fun to watch. And something about the skin peeling off. I'm into it. I don't know.
It's a thing. Okay.
The skin peeling. Well, at least we know for sure that Lenny's a fucking psycho now.
Oh yeah, he likes
the skin getting peeled off. I really enjoy the skin getting pulled back from their face.
Yeah.
Just tuna skin.
Lenny.
Just tuna skin. Yeah. All right. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? I'm going to kick this one off. I've got some Bear Knuckle here. Bear Knuckle. Solid. That could win this thing. Oh, God. We'll let Ryan go. What do you got there, Ryan?
The billionaire, Ryan Thompson's
The billionaire.
Well, it's an appropriate show to bring this guy back out, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Come on now. So, I mean, if you haven't seen it, then here you go. Let me, and out from his belly comes the old bottle of scotch. So I know it's
drank that whole thing already.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
had it for a year.
No, that
It's
hasn't
not
been
been
a
a
year.
year. Come on.
It's not a year.
Swiat.
We had to be quiet for that. And
Thank God.
He's impressed. Yeah, he impressed himself.
Honestly, that looks like Ryan, sort of, if he had a mustache.
If Ryan had a mustache, that would be him.
The nose is the same.
He's got the same nose as Ryan, for sure.
Luke,
All
if
right.
you haven't seen it, or Lenny, does the shoulders open up? And there are shot glasses in the shoulders.
Yeah. Lenny acts like he knows. Yes, of course. Yes. Very familiar.
Yes.
All right, Luke, you're next.
I was able to acquire before my trip to Spain the 10-year-old 1924.
1924, okay. Oh, that's the lead. Yeah, Luke took it over from me. Lenny, what do you got? Oh, you're on mute or something, Lenny. Yeah. It gives us the 1 second thing. Okay.
All right, I'm back. I did change my audio settings so you'd hear my cork pop.
Wait, what?
I've got.
Wait.
Well, listen. I'm outside. Trains keep rolling by, so I had to put my audio settings on to mute everything.
Yes.
So
Sure.
So anyway,
Makes sense.
back to my bottle of New England Distilling Tidewalker Straight Bourbon from here in Maine.
Oh, Lenny!
No.
That's one of Lenny's best ones ever. It wasn't enough to beat Luke, but congratulations to Lenny, I
hurt my ears doing that.
Lenny was terrible, and then he was really good for a while. Now he's back to being terrible again. But that one was decent. No. All right, Luke has the lead, but Beka still has yet to go. So Beka, what do you got there?
I have got some Kings County, the barrel strength. I asked Royce to grab it for me, and so he decided to grab something that was 66.3% alcohol.
Oh, nice.
Not sure what he thinks he's going to accomplish tonight.
Hey now.
My mother-in-law is sitting right over here.
My mom is here. So that's what I've got.
Okay. No, not enough. Luke wins it. So, Luke, congratulations and cheers, gang.
Cheers, Luke.
Cheers, everybody.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about decanters. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years, from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
This is Kathy Cole. You're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about decanters.
Yes, we are. So this newest decanter that comes out, it's called the Peacekeeper truck. And it's a truck with a big old rocket on the back and sells for $139.99. Not necessarily terrible. I mean, that's something that, when I hear that Blanton sells for $250, it puts everything into perspective. Everything suddenly sounds affordable. And yet it's another example of a decanter. I know we've seen the Thanksgiving Day ones, and then there's been a couple other ones that have been popping up here and there. Is there a little wave coming up here of people putting stuff in decanters?
Well, and the Peacekeeper decanter it's been out for a while. I don't know when it came on your radar, but the whole reason I brought Mr. Scotsman the night out is because the same website I got that from has had the Peacekeeper bourbon for a while.
Whoa, of course. Well, that's billionaires only. That's billionairesonly.com.
You got to show your black card before you can get onto that website. You got
to be in the club.
The rest of us, just got access to this within the last couple of weeks. So, the commoners.
It's been out forever.
Oh, my God, dude. That whiskey he's talking about is I had access to that for years.
The old Peacekeeper bourbon. I'm a fan of these decanters. Back to the topic. Thank you.
I've always been a big fan of decanters.
Oh, yeah. I love a monocle on there. It's nice.
I think they're great, man. I hope they come back in a strong way.
Wow.
The fact that Ryan still comes on shows with us is incredible.
That's right.
Blast, you kidding me?
His staff tells him he should. Yeah, he doesn't want to. But his staff is like,
his PR manager is like, it's really good for us. It makes us relatable.
I know they're assholes, but
you gotta stop flashing your wealth around, though, Ryan. It doesn't look good.
This one.
Sure, remember the relatable thing, Ryan.
Right.
Oh Lord!
Act human, Ryan. Come on, you can do it.
When I hang out with my buddy Mark Zuckerberg, I mean,
right? Yeah.
It's Zuck. It's Zuck. Beka Sue.
Zuck. Yeah. Lenny, what do you think? Is there an opportunity here? Do you think that decanters are going to make any sort of comeback?
I mean, I like what Whistle Pig did with the, it was a pig.
Yeah, the butt chug pig. Yeah,
the butt. I think the tongue-in-cheek style decanter could be good. I do think that super high end could work also. But all in all, I feel like there's not movement per se, but people want less stuff. If they want the bottle, keep the bottle full. Otherwise, they'll finish it and chuck it. And I think when were they big? In the 60s, 70s, kind of at their peak.
Let's say the 70s is the peak, and then you had the build up to that, and the 70s are huge, and then the 80s it starts dwindling to nothing at some point.
Yeah, I feel I don't know. I think that was the time when it was almost not cool, but to have a lineup of empty beer cans on a shelf to show what beers you might have consumed. Just holding on to everything seemed like the right thing to do. I don't know that we do that anymore. But I do think that there's room for the occasional creative decanter.
Yeah. What about this idea of, I just as today, I have my St. Louis Bourbon Conversations that I put out a question of the day. And by chance, as we release this, not as we release it, but as we record it, I should say, I put out a graphic that showed Kentucky way above, by far, the highest amount of barrels land on that they've ever had. And of course, Kentucky still is the predominant producer of bourbon. And does that play into this? At some point, the stock is aging right now, and at some point they're going to want to start selling that stock. Does that create a decanter boom like it did in the past? I mean, that's what got us to where we're at. In the past, was too much inventory, and what do you do with this stuff? Well, we start putting out decanters. Do you think that could be a part of it, Lenny?
Well, but I think maybe. But when decanters came out, kitsch was okay, and I guess I'm saying the same thing. But I feel like nobody wants kitsch anymore. So how do you make it amazing? And
Right.
I don't know that it's pouring booze out of a pig's butt, but there's got to be something that like elevates it. I like, again, to like parallel on the beer stuff. When I think bourbon could do some pretty amazing things with exclusive releases in the same manner that Sam Adams sells that Utopia beer that's like, I don't know, like 28% ABV, and it comes in this cool gold bottle that mimics the shape of the boil kettle. I don't know. I do think there's room for bourbon to do things that are more collector oriented and less like tchotchke kind of kitsch stuff.
Yeah. Wow.
But that being said, a truck with a missile on it's kind of cool.
Yeah. What do you think, Luke?
Well, Steve, you and I were around when Heaven and Hill did this.
Yeah,
and
we were there. We got to access that before anybody, really.
Yeah, and they're still doing it, and I'm glad they are. And I think it goes to what Lenny is saying, and what you're saying too, Steve. There's going to be a lot of aged bourbon out there. I mean, I'm not calling it a glut, but there's going to be a lot of different options to provide or offer consumers, and if it's in a decanter that's worthwhile looking at it, and like Ryan said, putting it on your mantle or something, it might come back. So I hope so.
Wow.
Like some of the baller Scotch releases that have like glass created by artists that like blown unique pieces, and they do that. They're just $100,000 bottles.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think there's room for elevating a decanter.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think, Beka?
I've never been against the cool decanters. I think that I appreciate something that, like they said, I think Ryan said that you can have something that's just like on your mantle, and it's like literally like a piece of art to add to like.
Right.
I mean, people decorate with the Jim Beam decanters all the time, and most of those are empty. Because there's so many of them, and they had such diverse things as well. And I don't see anything wrong. I see nothing wrong with doing decanters, and it couldn't hurt anything, especially with how much whiskey is coming up, with all these, just tons of places opening up. But I think that to elevate some of the maybe some craft places and stuff, like to do some cool decanters or just like a fancier bottle that's pretty to look at, it's not a bad idea necessarily, as long as the juice is good, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It feels like we need somebody like Beam to do something like that. I think it could bring it back really quickly. I mean, if Beam comes out and says they're going to do a major release that's going to be in decanters, I mean, we see that in Whistlepig, but that's a very limited release. But they got a lot of traction for that. I mean, the only Whistlepig bottle that I bought in the last 6 years is one of those decanters. I bought one of those. So I mean that shows you that at least for me, and I think there's others like me, that's something that is interesting. It's kind of a fun thing. The butt chug pig, it's funny. It's actually a bank too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
turn into a bank. So yeah, but again, more things like that. I think that there's an opportunity. I don't want it to go crazy, but I think tactfully done, a once a year release or something like that from a big company like Beam or Heaven Hill, I think there could be some opportunities there to make money for them.
If they did updated state decanter releases, like they did, like 500 in every single state,
right?
Of and like they did they did the old ones, but did like the new ones with like the newer stuff in each state. And they did every single state.
Yeah.
Those would sell like crazy.
They could just print money, basically.
Yeah. I mean, think of the people just collecting fucking quarters.
Right.
When they were collecting quarters, I got to get all the states. I mean, if Beam did that for like every single state and each one was a single barrel and every single one was a different, I mean, shit.
Right. Yeah. I'd probably, the only one I'd get like Nebraska or something and be like, shit.
Man,
I got Nebraska and Kansas. Anybody want to trade in Nebraska
and there's
Kansas?
the trick, Steve. They also put them into boxes that you don't know what's inside of it.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
It's a surprise.
That's at my office. I actually have the Jim Beam New Mexico.
Oh, do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
It was somebody gifted it to me, and it was empty, but it didn't matter. It was actually really cool.
I got a bunch of the Kentucky ones. I sold them to Royce for the price I paid, which was only like $25 a piece.
Yep, I've got them all over here.
Wow, it was cool. Yeah. I saved one for Freddie No, but it's a hard time going to visiting him again. So, and I'm not just sending it to him. He's got to work for that. He's got to host me at his house again. So yeah, I'm hanging on to it. So I told him I've got it, but I'm not just dropping that in the mail or dropping it off at his house and ringing the bell and leaving. No, hell no. I want to hang out at his house. Yeah. Yeah. That's part of the deal. I want to go swim in his pool and eat his barbecue. Yeah. And that would be ideal. So yeah. Anything else? Decanters. Any opportunities out there? Just do them.
I'm for it. Let's do it.
Okay. Yep. 10th Mountain could do a big one, I would think. Yeah. I think you guys should do it. You think about the number of people for like 10th Mountain example. How many people are interested in the military? How many people are interested in 10th Mountain specifically? How many people are interested in Colorado? How many people are interested in decanters? How many people are interested in bourbon? It overlaps so many different opportunities there that that might be a great one. And you've got that kind of the guy carrying that thing that's kind of your logo. I mean, that'd be a cool decanter for sure. So there you go. We can get you set up on that. We'll work on that. So,
you got it.
There you go. All right, we'll wrap this one up as we always do. We'll talk about where people can find us. Lenny, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me and the rest of Deerhammer on social media at Deerhammer, on the web at deerhammer.com. Come visit us in beautiful Buena Vista, Colorado.
Yeah, he's got a hammer decanter that's getting ready to come out, so it should be fun. It says Deerhammer on it. It's going kind of cool. All right, Luke, how about you?
You can find us at Santa Fe Boutique Wines on Instagram, and you can find me on LinkedIn, Luke Otero.
Luke Otero. All right, Ryan.
Across all socials out on 10th MTN Whiskey, and our website's 10thwhiskey.com. That's 10th whiskey with an E.
Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. What's going on there?
What's that sound?
What was that sound? Motorcycles.
I thought that Lenny was just tooting for a really long time.
Yeah.
Because he was giggling about it. So
Lenny was eating beans. Yeah. Well, he's got a very fibrous diet. Yeah. So come by the ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. Online, you can check out our classes, what we have in inventory, etc. at abvbarrelshop.com. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
See you guys.
Later.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.